Go.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Side Out Africa. My name is Emanzi, and today we bring you a conversation with one of the best players that we have in Ugandan volleyball. That is Mr. Gideon Angiro, who plays for Rwanda Energy Group in the Rwandan League, but also plays for the Volleyball Cranes. That is the national team for Uganda. Mr. Gideon, welcome to Side Out Africa. How are you, and how are you finding today?
Okay, most thank you so much, Maz. I'm by the name Angiro Gideon. Yes, player of REG, Rwanda Energy Group, and also national team player.
How do you find life in Rwanda?
Life in Rwanda, let me start with one thing that is always common with me. When you're always free with everyone, you find life easy. When you socialize with people that understand you, know your job, know your career, know who you are, and people who learn others faster, it makes life so easy. So my life here in Rwanda is, to me, I would say it has been nice, and it is kind of easy for me to adapt because first of all, I played for a team called Gideon in a tournament. Then after that, I joined also Gisagara Volleyball Club for a tournament still. Then after I joined APR for quite a short season, short period of time, that was 3 months to finish the season. Then eventually now I am in REG for 2 years, a contract of 2 years. So I found life so easy, and it is now something that I'm used to. It is like the way back home in Uganda, the way I'm free with everyone. People who are around you, you get used to them, you talk to them, you're free with them. Makes life so easy.
Yeah, and of course, you say you have contract with Red, but how has that journey been? Of course, there's you winning the KBC Memorial Tournament in Kampala, being named the MVP, but overall, how has your time been like at Red since you joined?
Yeah, and REG, but personally, before I say about REG, personally, when you go to a new community, you have to adapt slowly
Yeah.
till when you click your point. Yeah, back to REG, it has not been so easy at the beginning because interacting with players was some of the difficulties I faced, the language barrier, and also other things, not to mention. But life has been kind of hard. But for now, I can say life is easy because I know a bit of the language, the people I'm playing with are friendly, and they are
How
all
much of the language do you know? How much in your you
Not-
can survive in the streets?
not so much. I can survive in the streets. Yes.
At least you can ask for food, you can take a bite.
More of that. More of that.
Yeah, but I think it's an easy question to compare where you have played. I mean, you played with Nemo, you were at KCCA, you were at UCU, played a tournament with the Sportes in Uganda, now you're here at REG. So you know a lot about Ugandan volleyball and Rwandan volleyball now. If you're to look at the two spaces, how do they compare? What's the difference between what happens here in Rwanda and in Uganda?
Okay, eventually what happens between the two sides, it's just something small. Yes, to me is what I see, just something small because team-wise, having the same fun with the team players, what easy life, it's almost the same. Because the little time I spent in Sportes, it was like I had spent much big time because the players that are in Sportes once played with me in high school, open tournaments. Yeah, Nemo Stars is kind of an elderly team to me that I played more with elders, so there was not much fun as like a youth. But it was also easy for me because I had my tribe mates, I had people who would have fun, little fun with me, like person like Redman would joke slowly. Escobar, I know you know Escobar, the one who joined the police, yes. Would joke slowly, Fahad, even the captain George would joke because of the small attachment we understand with ourselves. between our volleyball at home in Uganda and our volleyball here is just not too much, but I can mention a few of it because this is something we live daily with. Yeah, apparently the facilities Rwanda has takes a bit of the volleyball here high, the stadiums, the organization, everything that they have. You can also witness the arena, how organized people are, but back for us, the other side is the only thing we are missing. That we are missing something that is standard, like the way here is. Then the other thing is the paying bit of it. Every player needs to be appreciated at the end of the day, at the end of the time, what he has been in the club. Yes. Here, every team, like Pasha, they pay their players. Yes, there is that token they give players. Even in Uganda, but not for all teams. For a few.
Yeah, so the biggest difference is the facilities and the money, because for sure you can see that you have even more and more professionals coming to Rwanda. How do you think that improves the game in Rwanda, for example, that you are a professional player, you have thrown in that team, you have a Brazilian playing in that team, and it's the same case with most of the other teams that are really competitive, that they have professional players. How much do you think these add to the growth of a league like the Rwanda League?
First of all, when you have professional players in your league, that means there is growth in your league. By the moment you start buying players from other countries, foreign players, to come and improve your league, that means there are more to achieve. Yeah, like I can put it into this. Right now, we're in the final year of the playoffs, whereby it is APR and police playing. And these two teams both have strong and eligible foreign players. Yes, very professional. So yesterday when I was watching the second game, people who were seated near me were like, this league is just like the final is foreigner against foreigner. Because you would see them with energy foreigners were putting into the game. It was strong energy, and you would also see the local players from here putting more energy to compete at that level with the professional players. That really shows that the league is growing, and to the audience you could see how the arena was too full. Everyone was interested to watch, and I think even those who didn't make it to physically
come for the decide.
So that shows us that the moment we have professional players in our league, increases the level of the league. And to me, I can say Rwanda is like a semi-professional place for most of us, where we can click to have our going journeys to high levels of professional games.
Okay, thank you so much, Gideon. And like we said, we are in Kigali for the playoffs. That is the finals, and in the men's final, we have Police taking on APR, who are the defending champions, and it's the same case in the women's category. You have Police taking on APR, all fighting for the title. But Gideon, your team was able to finish number 3. That is REG after beating Kepler in the decider yesterday. How much does this mean to your team when you look at the season and how it started? Was this the plan? Did you plan to finish where you finished, or were you actually disappointed with the third place?
First of all, we will say, like me, I will first say we appreciate God for what we have achieved. Yes, being number 3 is also a big achievement. It's not easy. Yes, but this is not what we had planned as a team. Yeah, as normally in life, all of us target for the best, for the big heights.
You shoot for the moon. If you don't get there, you run against the stars.
And you start struggling for a new journey. So this is not what we expected, but I can say with some inner problems we had as players, like just inner house problems we had, costed us and made us eventually to be number 3. But I think everyone knows that REG is strong. REG is a team that is something that shows you that this team, when they get you in their way, it is something else. Yes.
What do you think? I mean, you mentioned the few issues that might have caused you problems along the way. But what is the future like? When you look at the team that you have, maybe a few additions here and there. What is the future of the team like going into the upcoming tournaments and of course the new season that will start? How close are you to winning a league title?
Yeah, this is something I will say. Yeah. For now, with the results you've seen that we have got shortly, this shows us that there is more improvement. That now there's something bit of understanding that has come into the family, right? Like as a team, because you cannot tell me you can fight and from nowhere you guys don't like each other, you guys don't do things together. No, this is something that just comes slowly, slowly, but eventually, to me, I see that we are prepared. Yes, as a team, we are prepared and we are bonded together now. The fight we had recent yesterday, but one yesterday, showed us that we can always do this when we are as a team. Doing things like individuals, that Angiro is playing alone, this one is playing alone, doesn't help the team so much. That is now deep individual performance that you're showing off. Yes, you're not showing team performance. Yes, but when we do things as a team, when the people outside are morale boosting for the six inside, that shows that this is a team. Yes.
Okay, and maybe to talk a bit about your fellow Ugandans, or you as a whole, the Ugandans that are playing in the Rwandan League. How has that helped you guys? Has it helped you in any way to go a step further? When you look at yourself, you have in Kepler, you have Malinga playing in Gisagara, I think and Alan as well. There's Muhammad Diga playing here as well. How much has it improved you as players?
Before I talk about the improvement as a player, I will first say about as a country. Like this thing has really shown that Uganda we have the talent, we have more of our players playing outside. It really shows that behind home there are serious achievements we can do for ourselves as for Uganda as a country. Yes, in case we have these facilities, as I said at first, I think we would be at a different level in the game. Yes. Then coming to personal improvement, to me as a person, first as a hero, I would say this has added me something more different, like competitionally. This is something I've experienced that I need to work more beyond this. Yes. Then to the rest, of course, like when we come from home and come and play in different teams, we cannot play that. I'm playing against my brother, let him do this over. No, we really fight. We really fight to show that energy and to show that where we come from is not easy. We are here to show and to support our country and to support the sports life behind. Yes, so we really fight against each other and makes people here believe that there is talent in Uganda, because if we carry our skills here, where there are good facilities, there everything is standard. I can say that. Yes, everything is standard, and we fight to show these people that these guys are really showing us something interesting. That really shows the good figure for the country.
And I mean, there are people that have seen you play but don't necessarily know your entire journey of playing volleyball. So, if someone would ask you, how do you even pick interest to play volleyball? You could have played football, you could have played basketball, but how does the interest to play volleyball actually get into you?
That was a hard one. I will give it a shot. Yeah, because at first I was not this person who liked to volleyball. I will be honest. Others would go for volleyball, me I would go for other own things. Yes.
What did you
Mostly
that's the start.
personally, I was this person who was in too much of things of technology, computer, what. Those are the things I used to do in my childhood. Mostly
Video games and
video game, but mostly to the software things. So about my my elder brother.
Yes.
Most of the guys know him as Coxie, but he's called John Cokas. This guy labored more for me and forced me to join school in Uganda called Gogo Mixed, where I got Coach Dan. Coach Dan forced me. This was all the first time. He used to give me hard things other than they are playing ball, they are giving you drills of pitch, football pitch, they're telling you run 20 laps, do this, do this. You get annoyed with the coach, but there's nothing you can do because even your family has surrendered. So I found it as something hard, but I moved on slowly until I picked interest in myself. That was in 2016 when I was at the Western region. Then I played for a team, in fact, a high school, Blessed Sacrament, Jimana. Yes, and we met Chitende. By then, Chitende, excuse me, Chitende was a hard team in high school. These guys were really hard. There were Dekes, Moses, I mean, Vincent, yes. Yes, then Ruth for the brothers, the Tunis, and some Kenyans that played the toes. This was really a hard team for us. But I showcased my skills that Dan gave me, and it picked me to Kampala. Moved into Kampala, played a few games with other teams. I joined Matrix, I don't know whether I still remember it. Yeah. I joined Matrix. From Matrix, I first went back to school. Then from Matrix, I just went direct to Nemo Stars. Yes. Nemo Stars, I was still a young kid. By then, there was Amao Tom, there Loka. Those guys were above me. Yes. That's why I said at first, Nemo Stars is an elderly team that I played for where everyone was older than me, but I was still a young kid. That was my time to play with Doctor, where he used to tell me it's not about this, it's about this, you focus on this. So from there, after my form 6, I joined UCU. But before joining UCU, I was in KCCA. Yes, KCCA, I played. KCCA is where I put my rhythm, eventually hit my road to the national team. Yes, from the national team, I showed what I had with the support of the elder players, the coaches, who were seeing a vision in me. I showed what I had. From there, I picked the chance and went for pro. That's my first journey for pro, where I played in Albania, a team called Partizan. Yes, from there, I came back and first settled for school, my university, I got done. Now I'm here.
And of course, you talk about the national team. I think you made the debut still around here.
Yes.
In the 2021 Africa Championship. I mean, the team has not played again since then. But how was that journey? Where they went to finish number 5. How was that journey, and how was the camp and the group when you guys were here in Kigali?
First of all, I will talk about the camp. We came here in Kigali when it was still during kind of strict COVID issue. But what happened in our camp is something interesting. Where we would sleep individually first before we had to shift to sleep to per room. This was something we had as fun. Mostly, every time of our day we would spend calling each other through room calls. Yes, just because there's nothing we are doing, we cannot visit each other, you're locked in a room individually. So we call each other 24/7, and how are you, how is this, what is this? So we spent some interesting time talking to ourselves, and of course we had a fun and lovely coach. Yes, Coach Sheila. Yes, she would always give us some games, we play, just some board games, something like that. Yeah, it was something nice. And as for the team, this was something that was interesting for us. We had, the time when we came here, we had more of the young players. We had Alan, Jet, me, myself, we had Jonathan, Kunde, Marino, Okude as well, Sam and Mao. Very many young players, even Brian, I think. Karen, Nathan was OBP. But more of the youth, then you add, because the There's Yahudi, Umo, Smith, Elanio. That team bonded us together and we had fun, not forgetting the captain, Spotters. Gideon, my funny guy always. That thing helped us and we moved us a smooth road up till we ended at number 5.
Yeah. Yes. And number 5, but to get that place we had to beat Rwanda. But if you remember the first game Rwanda had won, I think 3-1.
Yes.
What was the difference in the two games?
The first game, what beat us was not the team actually. It was the crowd. Yes. Because this is home.
Yeah.
The crowd was too much and the arena was playing from Nicky Arena.
Yeah.
Some huge big house. Whereby they are more of home people.
Yeah.
And at that time, even if you don't support an individual, you have to support the country.
Yes.
Yes. So it was the crowd that beat us in the first game. I can say most of us were pressured because of the crowd, because we were not used to that crowd. I personally myself, I was in the starting team. But this was something heavy for me. It was really heavy because we had this. And that was too much.
You also had that taste of the noise with the sport test in 2023.
Yeah, but that one
you were playing for this.
That one was now familiar to me. Yes, but I think most of us
2021 was really the first time that you
in a big crowd.
And playing as receiver, dancer. This guy is serving you guys like crazy, even Tawazi.
Cannot talk about that. That guy can kill someone on a good day.
Yeah, but it was good that you finished number 5. I don't know what the mood was like after finishing number 5.
The second game against
Rwanda.
It was now something that we planned as a team. Yes, like we sat down together with our coaches, technical team, and we were like, this is not about George, Daudi, who. It's about the nation now. Yes. So we're going to play as Uganda, not as George, Angiro, Smith, Daudi, who. No. We came in as Uganda. Because at some point, you will be like, hey, this is political. Sorry to say, but this will be like political. Rwanda and Uganda, this is something like.
These are two brothers.
Yes.
Fighting.
So we came as bearing the flag of Uganda now, like whatever happens there, we must die for our country. Yes. We were able to fought, had some clashes there and there, but eventually we picked the winner.
Yeah. And of course, speaking of the national team, we have not played since then. If we had an engagement this year and a national team is going up, how do you think it will compare with the 2021 team?
This is something tricky. Yeah, but for a start, I can say to trigger that, we need to have a camp that is really stable. Because the one we had earlier was really strong. We moved to Kuba University where we had everything, physical training, ball, everything. But it was something serious. So I think this time, because we've taken long, we don't know how each other plays, and we really need some time to sit together as a team, national team Uganda. Like if it is to give it 2 months, they'll be like, this is our national team. We need to facilitate this for a good time. So that when we come, we're also ready. And I think testing the national team with other clubs would be something good and beneficial. Yes. Strengthens the team, you know your weakness, what to work on, something like that can help.
Okay, thank you so much, Gideon. I think we are going to leave it at that. But maybe if you have any message, I'm sure there's so many Angiro fans out there in Uganda, in Rwanda, those who support REG. We came with some guy who supports REG so much. It's called Jazz. Supports Sports Bambo, but he supports REG here in Rwanda. And I'm sure he loved watching you guys play. But what message would you, what assurance would you give to the REG fans that things are only getting better? And what message would you have for your fans?
means something a lot because someone might be stressed the whole week. Then he says, but I have volleyball. I need to go and watch so and so, so and so. Eventually, someone goes home with a smiling face, happy, the weekend has gone well. And I know right now in Uganda we have playoffs too. Yes, and the people who are like, I've been having a hard week, so let me just go and take my time in volleyball and enjoy my weekend. Yes.
Do you guys ever look at it that way, that maybe someone has paid his money to come and watch, so the players who are on court actually have more to play for that? You have someone that has dug into their pockets and paid money to come and watch you. Does it ever cross your mind?
That one does. Every time. Because having a fun, like, as you say, they have fun. Someone comes to you and is like, Angiro, I'm here to watch you play. Let me give it an example. When I was back at home in UC, people would come and be like, we have come to watch UC, but we have come to watch you because you're the one making UCU sound. The name UCU was a bit silent, but when you joined UCU, the name is up now, till now. Yes. So you have to value people's money also. Value people's money doesn't mean that you are going to kill yourself. Back when you're training, you had your training sessions, whatever way you had them. Yes. But when you come into the game, there are three things me I would say that matter a lot. First, the institution you're playing for. Two, yourself, yourself as your profile. Yes. Then three, the fans. Yes. If you work on those three things and you see that yes, people have enjoyed, me myself have enjoyed, I've gotten this from my institution, it really makes sense. Big sense.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gideon. I'm sure that we'll do this again.
Thank you so much.
Be in Kigali again.
We are now.
There's the Genocide Memorial Tournament that is coming up next month, so we'll probably be here and do more of these interviews as we try to grow the brand of volleyball, not just in Uganda, but in the entire region and Africa as a whole.
Yeah, I hear our teams from home are coming to the Genocide Games. It will be something for me still.
Yeah.
And it will be our chance for the Ugandan players again to see our brothers.
What piece of advice do you have for the teams that are coming?
It is not easy. It is not easy.
It is not easy.
Yes, because most of you are watching the finals right now. You can see how everyone is putting all they have. And this is something that comes from different places, different countries to join together. This is like bonding together, helping the other brother more for what he was for, something like that. Yes, so it's not something easy. It is too competitive and too strong.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gideon, and we'll see you again. This interview will be up on our YouTube channel, and we'll share a few clips here and there.